Have you ever felt this pull toward leadership, but at the same time thought, I'm not sure I'm the right person for that? If you have, you're not by yourself. I used to feel that way, and we live in a world where there's a lot of confusion about what leadership really is. Some people think it's all about titles, others think it's about being the loudest voice in the room. And because of those ideas, so many people never start their leadership journey. And that breaks my heart because these people don't see themselves as leaders. But here's the truth: you are a leader. Right now, today, leadership isn't about position, it's about influence. And every single one of us has influence. So if you're ready to step into that and grow in a way that honors God, serves others, and makes a difference, this episode is for you. So let's talk about 6 things you need to do to get started on your leadership journey. And I'll walk you through a few myths along the way that we need to leave behind if we're going to get a clear picture of what leadership really looks like. And here's the starting point. Leadership doesn't begin when you get a job title. It begins when you take responsibility for your life, your choices, your mindset, and how you impact the people around you. And this is where we hit the first myth. People believe that leaders are born. The truth is, leaders are built. You might think that leadership is reserved for the naturally charismatic, the extroverts, the ones who have it all together, but it's not. Leadership is something you grow into through choices, consistency, and character. You are already leading something. You might not feel like it, but maybe it's your family, maybe it's your friend group, maybe it's your workplace, maybe it's just yourself. You don't have to wait to be named a leader. You can choose to live like one, because the best leaders, they start by leading themselves first. And before you jump into how to lead or what to do, this is really important. You need to pause and ask yourself, who am I becoming? Because leadership isn't just about what you accomplish. It's about the person you're becoming in the process. And here's the second myth that we need to deal with. People believe that leadership is about doing more. The truth is, leadership starts with becoming more. So many people chase goals, they'll chase metrics, they'll hustle, but they'll forget to build character, integrity, patience, and humility along the way. You need to get clear on who you want to be, not just what you want to achieve. That clarity is going to guide every leadership decision you make. It's not about impressing people, it's about impacting them from a place of authenticity and purpose. Now that you know who you want to become, let's talk about how you actually become that person. It doesn't happen by accident. It happens by building habits that align with your identity. Do your daily habits reflect the leader that you want to be? How are you managing your time? Are you spending time with God? Are you keeping your word? Are you feeding your body, your mind, and your spirit with good things? Leadership isn't built in public moments. It's built in private disciplines, the stuff no one sees. That's what shapes who you are when everyone is watching. And it can be hard sometimes. It can be discouraging, but it is very important. This next one is huge because so many people think one day I'll lead when I get that job, when I'm given more responsibility, or when people start recognizing me. People believe that you have to wait to lead. But the truth is, you can start right now, where you are, and I encourage you to do so. You don't need a platform to lead. You don't need a title. You just need to start stewarding and taking care of what's already in your hands. Lead with excellence in the job you have. Lead your family with love and presence. Lead your life with discipline and integrity. If you wait for the perfect moment, I promise you'll never start. But if you lead now, in the quiet and the small, you're going to build the kind of leadership that lasts when the spotlight eventually comes. This fifth thing is extremely personal for me. The longer I've led, the more I've realized I don't know everything. And actually, that's a really good thing. Because leadership isn't about knowing it all, it's about being willing to keep learning. People believe that great leaders know everything, but the truth is that great leaders never stop learning. The best leaders I know are the most curious. They ask questions, they admit when they're wrong, they invite feedback, even when it's uncomfortable, because growth doesn't come from pride, it comes from humility. So if you want to lead well, you need to stay teachable, you need to read books, you need to be learning from mentors, you need to ask better questions. You have to keep your heart soft and you have to keep your spirit open. Because the moment you think you've arrived, you've already stopped leading. And this sixth thing is where we completely flip the whole idea of leadership on its head. Because everything the world teaches us about leadership, about being the boss, calling the shots, being in control, it all misses the point. People believe that leadership is about being in charge. The truth is that leadership is about serving others. True leadership isn't about being the most powerful person in the room. It's about being the most selfless person in the room. It's about showing up for others, lifting the weight, asking, how can I help, instead of, what do I get? Jesus modeled this better than anyone. He had all of the authority in the world, and he chose to kneel and wash feet. That's the kind of leadership I want to grow into. That's the kind of leadership I want in my life. Because if your leadership isn't rooted in love and service, it's not leadership at all. It's just control. So if you're wondering how to start your leadership journey, here's your roadmap. Number 1, recognize that you're a leader right now and lead yourself first. Number 2, get clear on the kind of person and leader you want to become. Number 3, build small habits that align with that calling. Number 4, start leading where you are with what you have. Number 5, stay humble, teachable, and open to growth. And number 6, and above all, lead by serving the people around you. You don't have to have it all figured out. You won't. You don't need a big platform. You just need a willingness to start. So, what's your one next step? What can you start doing today to become the kind of leader the world needs? Because the truth is, the world doesn't need more loud leaders. It needs more real ones. And I want to thank you for spending this time with me. If this encouraged you, please send it to a friend who's stepping into leadership too. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so that we can keep growing together. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Joshua Bridwell Show. Tune in next time. Let's grow.